Maxime Estève is one of the most exciting young centre-backs in England right now, but who is he and what makes him so good? Hello and welcome back to INMR, where in today's podcast I'm going to be telling you everything you need to know about Maxime Estève. We'll cover his background, key strengths, standout traits and where he fits tactically. Let's get straight into it. The Frenchman was born in Montpellier in May 2002 and started his youth career with AS Canet. In 2011, he joined Montpellier and stayed at his boyhood club until January 2024 when Burnley signed him on an initial loan deal. That move was then made permanent and now Burnley are potentially looking at making a profit on Estève. Estève is a versatile defender who can play as a traditional centre-half, a left-sided centre-back in a back three or even a left-back. He's 6'4", but do not let that large stature fool you, as he is very mobile and is more than capable of keeping up with quick attackers. When deployed as a left back, he isn't an overlapping player, but he isn't static either. He's got that kind of hybrid role that we're seeing more and more in modern football. This isn't a direct comparison at all, but think about players such as Nathan Ake and Ezri Konsa. They mainly play at centre half, but are also comfortable in those fullback positions. When used at fullback, you don't think of those two as the most dynamic players bombing forward down the wing, but they're also not players who sit back. They do get involved in attacking play. And that's kind of the best way to describe Estève. He's not going to sit deep and not get involved at all, but he isn't one that's going to be bombing down the line. So what makes Estève so adaptable in these roles? To find that out, we've got to first look at the boring bit, his biomechanics. It is rare to see a 6'4" defender be so mobile, but that is what sets Estève a level above the rest. He's got excellent posture when pressing or jockeying and creates a good body angle when closing down opponents. His strong core allows him to turn quickly and he is agile enough to rotate on his right side, which supports that inverted role. His height benefits him in tackles because he doesn't need to commit early. His legs are so long that he can actually make a late sweeping challenge and still win all of the ball. In terms of pace, he isn't explosive over short distances, but he does move with control, and that is key in these hybrid roles we see him playing. But enough of the boring bit, let's see what he's actually like in possession. In possession, Estève is very calm and waits for triggers before releasing the ball. He progresses the ball mainly via ground passes at a short to medium distance. He isn't the most expansive when passing, but he is secure. His passing accuracy across short and medium distances this season are 94% and 96% respectively, whereas his long-range passing accuracy is just 59%. His low error rate across those shorter distances is important, as at Burnley they like to play with a quick tempo and rhythm. Even in those tight spaces, Estève is very dependable. In fact, his medium pass completion rate is the highest in the Championship amongst defenders. What's really encouraging to see is that when lanes open up, Estève isn't shy to carry the ball into midfield, but what's really important is that he doesn't overcommit. According to FB Ref, he ranks in the top 13% of Championship defenders for carries per 90, with 45.52. However, he only enjoys 1.85 touches in the attacking third per 90, highlighting that he knows when to stop driving forward and release the ball. And these are the things you want to see from top wide centre-backs and inverted full-backs. Clean and repeatable actions, but don't overdo it. So how do these traits fit into different tactical systems, and where is Estève best deployed? As a wide centre-back in a back three, Estève naturally provides that width, which means he doesn't have to overlap. He can cover the channel defensively and step into midfield when needed, and in this setup he pairs especially well with a forward-thinking wing-back and a drop-in midfielder. As an inverted full-back who shifts inside, he would work in systems such as Thomas Frank's at Brentford. In this setup, when his side have possession and are going forward, he tucks in to form a back three, or he could even become that spare man in midfield to overload the congested areas. He is good enough technically to play in central lanes and reads transitions well. Estève, of course, is still developing, but he would be a smart, low-risk signing. He's got that rare positional flexibility, and with the right move this summer, he could evolve into a great modern defender in the Premier League. For teams that are calling out for a flexible, solid defender who can stabilise the wide areas, Estève might just be the answer. So what do you think? What team should Estève join this summer? That is where I'm going to end today's podcast, but there are plenty of others you can go and listen to. For more content, be sure to check out my website, that's inmrfootball.co.uk. On there you can find match reports, live blogs, club updates and so much more. And if that's not enough, INMR is also on X and Instagram, so you can follow me on both of those platforms platforms for even more daily football content. Thank you very much for listening, and I will see you in the next one.